So this is more like a date at eight. I was brooding over some things in the past, and then I remembered one of my clients in my early days of bookings. I think this should be around 2022. Yeah, 2022, 2023. So this lady called me out of the blues and she was like, please, ma, I really, really need your help. I really, really do this. Being an empathetic person, I was like, okay, you know what, just chat me up because I was on my way to the market that day. I said, chat me up, I'm going to do well to respond to you. So she was like, she really needs to book a session with me. So I had to give her how she would go about it because it was relationship related. So apparently the guy was saying he wasn't interested anymore in the relationship and she felt like she cannot do without this guy. Because in her defense, also in the course of the session, she mentioned that the guy was the first person, was the person that deflowered her, and then they've been through a lot. The guy has been investing in her life, all of those things. So when it was time for payment, she said that please I should just go ahead and do the session. That should be around April 2023. I think, yeah, 2023. So I was like, please, I should just go ahead with the session that she promises she's gonna pay me back. Or I think it's 2024. Yeah. Then 2023, 2024, I can't remember exactly the year. So she was like, she's going to pay it back, pay me by month end. So I felt it was really assuring. So I went ahead, we started the session. Trust me, it was one of those sessions that gave me a very tough time. You know, when you're trying to help somebody out of something, and the person keeps going back, and then the person comes back with the repercussion and dumps it on you and expects that you have to get a solution. Yeah, those that are into counseling we understand how tedious these things can be sometimes. So I went on with the session by month end or towards month end. She was like, "Ma, my boss has not paid me since February," and I was like, "Ooh, like you get it, blah 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 sheep." My boss has not paid me since February, but no matter what, I'm going to look for the money to pay you and everything. And I was like, okay, it felt assuring because I try to trust people, right? Based on I feel that this is what I can do, so let me just trust them. So by month end, she was like, please, it's just about time. She promised her boss is going to pay her, she's going to send it to me. So I still remember one of those days she sent me a message that she was contemplating killing herself. And I have this personal motto that said nobody that comes in contact with me would commit suicide. In as much as you know me, I'll try as my best possible to get you out of it. So it was on a Sunday, and Sundays I don't have sessions on Sundays. I use Sundays to rest. So I got back from church. I was even having serious migraine, and then she was really, really crying and a lot of things. And it rained that evening. I had to drag myself out of the house. I just took paracetamol, came out of the house. I was supposed to be resting, but she just kept calling. So we had to do a physical session. She paid for online. I had to do physical session for her that day. For about 2 hours. I got home to 9 that day, and I was really, really drained. I gave her some tasks to carry out. I was even telling her, make sure you jot down these tasks because you need to do it. It will help us better. She said, don't worry, my brain is computerized. It's in my head and all of that because I didn't carry my phone. Yeah, I didn't carry my phone. I think I was charging. So I just told her I'm not coming out. Okay, no, I think I carried my phone. A lot of those information I've gone off because that was one of those events that really, really hurts me so much. So eventually I got home. I had to rest because work started the next day and everything. So I kept on following up. Okay, baby girl, we've done physical session that I didn't plan, and then I didn't charge you for it. Okay, pay me my money. May, June, she kept on, "Mom, please, I'm serious. I'll be calling her and she'll no longer be picking my calls. I'll be chatting her off. She's no longer responding to my messages." I was really, really hurt. And then one of those days she just dropped a bombshell. I still remembered I still remember some fragments of the messages, and then she said, um okay, I think it was around June. Yeah. So she said, she imagine someone owing and says her boss has not paid her, but she's doing ajo. Ajo is like a savings for some persons, just save with people. They get money batch by batch. So she was like, when she gets it's her turn that month, she's gonna send me the money. So she sent me 10,000 naira. I think then I charged her 30,000. Then she pleaded I had to subsidize it again for her. Just let me just help her. You get that kind of vibe. So we had to go ahead. I hope you're enjoying my story. I'm going somewhere, by the way. So I'm July. I was waiting for my balance. Like, baby girl, even if you just pay me 20,000, I'm fine. Let me just at least know that I didn't waste my time entirely. And then she sent me a message and said, it's not like I even saw what you did for me. I'm not even seeing any results in my life. But yet I just decided to pay you. I just keep sending me messages, and I'm like, whoa. I cried so much that day. I cried because all I wanted to do was to really help. It took me time for me to heal from that. She didn't, by the way, she didn't pay me again. I didn't even bother again. I just told myself that I've learned my lesson. If you don't pay before sessions, nothing is going to happen. Now, this is where I'm going to. Sometimes people make you feel bad for being helpful. People make you feel bad for going out of your way for them. But you understand that you hear some person said, I don't go above and beyond for anybody again. No, it's a wrong statement. Instead, you should be able to place your boundaries on how far you can go for some persons. Some persons are worth going above and beyond for, while some persons they don't deserve it. By the way, I saw her some few times, and I didn't have this resentment towards her anymore. I just told myself one of those hard pill lessons I had to learn, because I was trusting people a lot. And by the way, I trusted persons in the past with that, and they paid. So I trusted this person, and it happened that way. And I told myself it's not going to happen. So sometimes those mistakes too has a way of shaping you to becoming better. Don't let people change who you are just because of how terrible they behave. A friend of mine taught me something. She said, listen, if you have to change who you are just because of some person's behavior, then they are not worth it. They aren't worth keeping, they aren't worth your time and energy. And that is the absolute truth. So if you are in that shoes, maybe it's time for you to create your boundaries. Maybe it's time for you to understand that this is how far I can go for you. Maybe this is time for you to tell yourself that, see, I'm not a bad person. I just trusted somebody that ain't worth it, or somebody that took advantage of me. That's the whole point of my story. And if I see her again, trust me, there's no big deal. I didn't delete her number. It's still on my phone, but I don't chat her anymore. Everybody has moved on, and I've moved out of that location, so it's good and fine. If she calls me tomorrow, fine. This time I will still charge her in full. Oh, by the way, I still even recommend somebody to her for a business, because she's into that business. That's how crazy that whole thing was. And then she was like, she didn't even see any money from it, blah blah blah. It was I'm sharing this, I'm laughing, but that time it was really, really a terrible experience. Have you had such an experience? How did it go for you? What lessons did you learn? Maybe we can rub minds together. See you again next time.